Say on streets.
Our streets.
Say on streets. And made it.
Right.
Made it. Whose streets?
Our streets.
Word on the beat, word on the beat, word on the beat.
Time after time after time after time after time after time after
What up? It's your boy Bazz, man. In today's episode, man, we're going to be talking about your boy Kodak Black, man, how he built the brand and how he built the movement. But was people really listening to what he was saying? As y'all all know, he has been going through, well, right now he's been sentenced to 3 to 4 years in prison. But could this already be foreseen? Was he already reaching out to people, letting people know? And did we all just get caught up in the entertainment of things and didn't realize that he was really asking for help? Man, oh man, oh man. On this episode, man, we're going to get deep with it, man. We're going to touch on something that a lot of people don't really talk about is deciphering between entertainment and actual therapy. Like a lot of these artists, they use their music as therapy. They use, and we digest it as entertainment. So therefore, our perception about the words or the lyrics or the content, it may give us a different vibe than what they was actually used to get put into it. So right now, a lot of this is really surrounding, I'm talking about all this to go in to really talk about Kodak Black, but we really want to talk about hood trauma though, and how it creates a revolving door for impulsive actions. But to be honest, I feel like this was like, This was something that Kodak Black always talked about, and he was always open with people about, like, man, like, people say, like, yeah, he make dumb decisions. Yeah, he probably didn't make the best decision. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't really, fake the fun for him. It wasn't a smart decision. But the man has been through a lot, goes through a lot, so his way of thinking, his understanding on judgment, the way he weighs things is a lot different than how somebody else might weigh something. And the funny thing about it is he talks about it all the time in his lyrics. And I feel like wasn't nobody really either taking him serious or wasn't nobody like really listening to kind of be like, yeah, like maybe like if he's really living what he's talking about, he can end up in real trouble. Now, they say like, Master P and, other people reached out to him. I wasn't there. I'm not going to speak on what I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I'm just speaking off of just me being like an avid listener of his music and just understanding his music and how I digest it. At the end of the day, this is also my opinion. I am not condoning nor taking up for Kodak Black, but I'm just understanding, you just got to understand like where he's coming from, because Kodak Black is not the only person who has went down a similar road or path. I mean, like, you can go down a list of a whole bunch of other people that people will be like, oh yeah, I don't know why they did this, and woody woo, this is not the smartest decision, and basically throw somebody underneath the bus without actually going back and looking at their resume. Now, Kodak Black, coming out the gate, he always talk about like how he was addicted to his way of living, and how it was so hard for him to change that way of living because that way of living was how he was able to survive and get to where he was at. But then people was like, oh yeah, man, but there's so many other people that went through that way of living. How was that way of living that lead him to where he's at today? But think about what he was talking about during that way of living. Back then, he was fraud, selling drugs, stuck in the projects, seeing a lot of people die and go to prison and jail. And he was having people snitch on him. So what that tell you? Like, growing up, he probably didn't trust a lot of people. Like, so therefore, even if he was to try to come talk to him, you have to understand, coming from his environment, he probably does not trust a lot of people. So it's like you walking on thin ice with him. You know? And then he probably dealt with a lot of loss, which you can understand. That's probably why he self-medicate. And he talked about that all the time. Like, how he be rolling, or, you know, how he be going off the lean. Like, because of that trauma he endured, he self-medicate. So that lets you know that, all right, well, why is he doing these drugs? Woo. Because of the trauma he's been through. Caused him to self-medicate, dealt with a lot of loss. Growing up in the projects, which means he's not used to a lot of this stuff he's